When we speak of self-acceptance and self-love, the journey to that is connected somewhat to our bodies. The reason why I say our body is because your body stores more than what your mind does. It stores all the traumas, it stores all the limited experiences and the things that you learned at an early age. And if we don't really pay attention to that and give ourselves the space to understand what it's like to live in trauma, understand what it's like to move our energy, understand what it's like to really understand what it's like to not be in a limited perception and a limited idea of who we are and who we must become. There have been many times where I've thought to myself that, confidence and self-esteem is something that I get when I get something. I thought the money, the success, the people, the validation, the way I see myself, maybe losing weight, maybe learning something new, and all that really just gave me, it was just a vehicle, right? Just a vehicle to get me to where I want to be. But it wasn't truly a solution because the solution to where we want to get is really internal. We need to ask certain questions to know what are we hiding from? What is so scary about knowing ourselves, for example? What is so scary about learning to listen to ourselves, our bodies, slowing down when we need to? The fear really comes and it really is in our bodies. It is stored in a certain area in our body. This is why yoga helps you to unlock the different energies that is stored in your body. So, for example, if we talk about the heart chakra, this is where you learn to love. This is where you feel tension when you've not been vocalizing what you want, right? The heart and the throat are a bit connected just because they're in the same alignment to, your body. When you look at yourself, it's connected, right? Your throat, your heart. So when both of these are linked to your self-expression, the love, the amount of validation, for example, you need from people, and all these are linked to your self-worth, self-esteem, right? So if we talk about the heart center, right, this is where feeling, if it's closed, you feel isolated, maybe numbness, and unable to kind of accept or receive love. There's also difficulty trusting and maybe holding yourself back, low self-worth, and just avoiding intimacy with others, right? And when that center is blocked, you find it hard to be there for yourself, be there for others. And this is where people pleasing can begin for you. And the you feel probably an emotional overwhelm. And then you find it difficult to be with other people, right? This is kind of the result of shutting down, right? And the symptoms of shutting down and what it feels. And the throat is when it's blocked, you have difficulty saying no. The anxiety comes up when you speak up in your truth. You bottle your feelings and emotions, and you're in that state of what would others think about me if I did this? And you're scared of judgment constantly. So you also, you know, when you have that energy center blocked, it's hard to be and speak your truth, which is a common thing in most women. And that becomes really hard to live with. And the root causes of these, right? It is from past rejections, perhaps, maybe unhealed wounds in your relationships. They're maybe you've tried to speak up when you were a child and you've been silenced, or someone overreacted when you spoke your truth. And then you learn to shut down, you learn to come inwards, and you thought there was something wrong in you because of someone's reaction. And you took responsibility fully of that. That's when you start feeling tension here. And one of the common ones too is the lack of boundaries. If you're not able to express what you want in your relationships and stand up for what you believe in, there's also difficulty in setting boundaries, right? Difficulty in saying no, difficulties in just expressing yourself, right? And these, let me tell you, were common signs for me. And with kind of breath work and learning to express myself and practicing, and there were constant things that can truly help you if you put it in your practice daily. Number one is there's this breath in yoga. It's I might, or you might look funny when you do it, but it's really powerful. It's called lion's breath. So lion's breath helps you activate that energy center in your throat. So how you do it is you begin to inhale through your nose, and then as you exhale, you stick your tongue out and you focus your eyes on your kind of third eye, almost in the middle of your forehead, with a ha sound. So just try it again with me, even if you look weird. When I did it the first time, I was like, what the hell am I doing? So it really strengthens you. It gives you this energy and this openness in your throat. Let's do it again. Inhale through your nose, tongue stick out, and then bringing your vision towards your forehead, and then exhaling. You could do 4, 6 rounds of this. And practice doing that on a daily basis. Anytime you feel any tension in your throat, you are scared to express, to be vulnerable, to speak your truth, that's a really great practice. It doesn't really get to the root cause, but it's something that can help you in your relationships and setting boundaries, and um, practicing confidence and really changing your physiology, coming out from victim of this is happening to me, it's the worst thing, to I can be grounded if I am practicing and if I'm picking the right things to focus on. So there's a lot of heart opening, throat opening practices you can do for yourself. And if you really want a whole video on that, I can do 10 to 15 minutes, and this video, this practice can help you practice that on a regular basis. It doesn't really require a lot of your time, just you showing up for yourself, really. So, using these practices with your body can change so much of your current state, right? Whether it's you having difficulty to feel confident or trusting yourself, or the courage to speak up, or the self-image issues, mm, maybe fear is constantly holding you back. You can actually break out of that cycle, and you can get out of it from a much more loving space than trying to criticize or judge yourself for whatever you're feeling. Because these experiences and things don't happen for no reason. Like, it's not that we don't know what's happening, it's that we're scared to look within. We're scared to ask the important questions like, why is this happening constantly? What am I afraid to face? And the answers will start to come when your body is relaxed, when you come to a calm and nervous system, when you know how to regulate, when you know how to come back to hear yourself, rather than, hey, I'm going to distract myself, I'm going to take medication, or I'm going to numb myself in whatever way. And that really takes your shift away from the whole practice itself to overcoming what you're struggling with. So this is what we not want to do at all. The the sabotaging, the self-talk, the leaning into different ways to distract yourself from what you're feeling. Because you do want to feel in order to release whatever it is that you're struggling with. So I hope this was helpful. I will be making a video if that's something that interests you, a series of practices you can implement every single day. Try it for a month and see how it works. If not, come back to me, message me, and tell me how it went for you either ways. But I know these practices helps a lot of people and myself to really come out of that state with more empowerment and compassion, because this is really what we want to do. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one.